Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy Sunday. We are in the outdoor studio today here at Open That Joe. And today we are back on track with another G.I. Joe classified unboxing. So that means 6-inch action figure. This time the figure comes with a vehicle. How about that? Okay, cool. So we can play our little guessing game at the beginning and see if we can figure out who it is. Okay, the figure doesn't really have a name. It's more of a troop builder. And the vehicle is definitely famous. It's one of the iconic vehicles that they had in the Sunbow cartoon. Let's see here. I would a lot of times see maybe the twins, Tomax and Zaymot riding this. Ooh, okay, so that kind of gives you a clue right there, right? So it's probably Cobra. Well, you're right. It is Cobra. And if you guessed let's bring it up here, guys. Dun dun dun! The Cobra Ferret ATV with Cobra Ferret Scout. Look at that. Beautiful. So I think it's a lady driver, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I could be right. Who knows? But anyways, this is one of those classic vehicles. It's just this navy blue quad with the red, missiles and guns and little accents here and there. I am stoked to open this one. Not only because it's a classic vehicle. Let me just go ahead and keep it in here on screen. Not only because it's a classic vehicle and it's a necessary addition to the classified line, but I got an idea from someone online the other day. I saw someone was saying they were going to use it maybe as a kind of a in the base, like as a little utility vehicle, right? Yeah, a little utility vehicle. So maybe the ramp rats will get this guy, or maybe this guy's helping the ramp rats. But anyways, it's a perfect idea. This is kind of pulling some luggage or something, or not luggage, but like the cargo boxes, or it's just basically a little rover kind of in the base, or it could be used for light attack on the Joe base. Who knows? But for now, I think I like the idea of keeping it in the Cobra base, using it for just little light utility work. Almost like a little tractor, if you will. But anyways, let's get to the fun stuff. Here's the front of the box. It's got that cool pose right there. They're like racing away from the temple, right? They're in the middle of the jungle. You got a couple of them on there. Like I said, you can troop build these guys, so or gals, if you will. But anyways, you got the figure right there in the clear window. So he or she, I think it's a she. Let's go with she for now, unless I'm wrong. Oh, now that's really cool. I love what I see there. There's an ATV helmet. I didn't realize it came with that, but that's really cool. Now she doesn't come with a lot. It looks like she comes with 2 pistols, a little knife, and then that ATV helmet. The ATV helmet looks really cool, man. I like it. So let's get to the number here. It's number 119. If you would be so kind, camera guys, to zoom in there. Yep. Okay. Show the folks at home. Yes, please. Okay. Little side art on there. Yeah. Look at that. She got off. She's got her knife and her gun ready to go. So don't mess with her unless you're looking for trouble. In which case, go for it. The back shows you kind of the sort of blueprints. I mean, it's not really blueprints, but it's just kind of lined up on some, look at the grid paper. Actually, it's not even grid paper. It just shows the, it's like a lineup, like you're leaving 7-Eleven and they show how tall you are, just in case you like rob the place. They can identify you by saying it's a 5'9" female with an ATV helmet. Anyways, that's what she comes with. I mean, so it's not much, but guess what? I don't need much. I honestly would be okay if they had just the ATV by itself. Like I said, I'm probably going to put Tomax and Zaymot. I'm gonna have to check out the cartoon again. Maybe Firefly gets to drive this. I'm not sure. We'll figure out who's gonna look cool on this, who needs to be on it, or maybe I just keep the Scout drivers on here. Who knows? Because maybe I need my other characters to be kind of more prominently displayed, and this is just kind of part of the display with a generic figure on it. Either way, we'll see. But for now, I say we crack this thing open. So let me get my handy dandy Joe box opener out. And kids, remember, don't play with knives, okay? They are very sharp and they will carve you up. So let a responsible grown-up help you out. Safety message done. Cool. Now I can build this to a safety meeting at work. Cool. How about that? Who knew my hobby could be billable work? Just kidding. I will not do that. Anyways, let's go ahead and do this. I have already mangled the box. I mean, come on. This is terrible. Lincoln would be so ashamed. Or he would be laughing. Either way. But either way, I should listen to him. He says, don't use the knife. I have to use the knife, though, because if I don't use the knife, I'm going to rip the box. I'd rather have a little bend in the box than rip it. And like I said, I'm just going to display this probably. I don't sell them or anything. Let's check it out. Does it have that new toy smell? Oh, that's right. I wish this was smell-o-vision so I could just get it right there and you go, hey, smell that. It's a good smell. All right, Whoa, we got little pieces of cardboard falling out here. Just little, looks like they're just little corner brackets, nothing big. So we'll just toss those over there. Oh my goodness, this is so nice. Got a foot locker in here. You got, looks like you got instructions. It could come in handy, and you never know. I mean, maybe the missiles are confusing to put on or something. Let me get the box out of the way for a second and show you what all you're getting. So like I said, there's those instructions. Oh, now look at that. They said to put the helmet on the head. See, what you do is you take the helmet, right? You make sure it's facing forward with the face, and then you see the arrows. The arrows indicate that the helmet goes down onto the head. Oh my goodness. This is a keeper, folks. Do not lose this, because if you lose it, you'll have no clue how to put the helmet back on. Sarcasm. Okay, anyways. See, this kind of does make sense right here. So this part is useful. So it'll show you which way the tires are supposed to go. See the orientation of the treads. It'll show you which way the little front what do you call it, the ramming bar, or whatever the iron bars are on the front, whatever they're called. It'll tell you which way they go, because there is a difference. You know, one's upside down, one's regular. Anywho, show you which way the missiles go on. Good stuff. Good stuff. How to assemble the gun. So we'll hang on to that. We'll use that for sure. Anyways, let's get to this part. I love just not even like touching this yet. This is so cool. Look at this loadout. Look at how that ferret is loaded in there. Hope you guys can see that clearly. Hopefully the brightness is up. I had to change the orientation here in the outdoor studio because of the sun. I didn't want the sun right behind me shining right into the camera. You know, that's not good YouTube etiquette, I think, or camera guy etiquette. So here's the figure. We'll pull her out. I'm digging that ATV helmet. Oh, look at that. Okay, watch. Okay, zoom in there, camera guy. I'm going to pop it out. I got to show you something I just saw. Look at this. I think you're going to love this at home. Okay, this is some detail that I love. So not only is it kind of three-tone, it's got this kind of bone color here on top. It's got the black helmet. Let's see if you can get that, camera guy. Hopefully it's coming out. Glasses are steaming up here. Anyways, it's got the navy blue little trim there. My favorite part is, look at the top, fangs coming down. That is a super cool touch. I really love that. So hopefully you guys got to see those fangs right there, because that's the kind of stuff that you just, I mean, you hope that they're going to do. You never expect it, but when they do, you got to appreciate it. So let's pop this figure out. I mean, the figure is not even really the highlight. The figure is just like, okay, yeah, they had to have somebody driving this thing. I mean, I'm not going to complain, but yeah, it's definitely a lady, definitely a gal, and I'll give her privacy. I'm not going to be too aggressive or anything, but yeah, she's got her typical kind of, the lady's arms are pretty thin, not cheap or anything, but just narrow, I guess you call it, lightweight, petite. Any of those words would work. So you got to slide these holsters up on the thigh here. Usually figures, any of the figures that have this, you got to kind of wedge it up there and just make sure it just stays put, because otherwise it'll end up on the knees or even the ankles, which looks silly. But that's her. She's got her thigh holster. She's got a belt holster right there. I don't know if you can see that. And then the knife sheath is down here on the foot. That one I will keep on the boot because that looks kind of cool. And I think you can't slide it up further because I don't think it would fit around the calf, and definitely not the thigh. It's got a smaller diameter, the straps. Anyways, the figure looks great actually. No complaints. I mean, she's a very clean looking figure. I mean, I do like the color scheme. You know, it's got this kind of light gray, almost I would call it like a mainframe gray, right? And then she's got little hey, Lincoln's here. What's up, buddy? How you doing? You come out here to see the opening today? Yeah.
I enjoyed opening.
Well, I'm glad you asked. So it is the Cobra Ferret Scout. That's her. And then the Cobra Ferret ATV.
Oh, you put the helmet on.
Look at the ATV helmet. Look at the ATV helmet. Yeah. Look, I'll show you something. Do you see the fangs on top? Yeah. You want to put it on? Show the folks at home how this helmet goes on, okay? Because Lincoln read the instructions, so he knows how to put it on now. Lincoln, the instructions actually tell you, like, it actually tells you how to put the helmet on. Well, yeah, we'll put the toast right here, okay? This guy's eating toast already. Well, it is the morning, so it's not that weird. Anyways, yeah, let's see this, okay? So Lincoln, can you show the folks at home how that looks? I think that looks incredible. What about you? Did you see the fangs on top? That's the best part. She's a cobra. Look at the fangs on the front of the helmet. See the fangs right there? How neat is that, dude? That's super cool. See, like Clutch, right? With his no, not Clutch, Crankshaft with the awe striker.
Can you get me this?
Maybe, possibly.
Does it come with any like accessories?
Well, yeah, there's a whole box of accessories, sir.
Oh, I love those.
She comes with a couple of handguns and a knife. See that? And you see the holster here, and then the knife sheath. Do you want to put the guns in?
Yeah.
Put those guns in the holders, huh? I'm gonna do the fun part. Look, Lincoln. Before I even touch this, doesn't this look cool how it's laid out? Look, watch. Tell the folks at home. Doesn't that look so nice and like tidy? The tires even say Cobra ATV. That's so fun. I know I sound like a little kid, but that's okay. This stuff's fun. Lincoln, so you were impressed by this, right? Yeah.
I want one.
Oh, we'll figure a way to get you one. Don't worry, bud.
Whoa.
If you're a
That's what
true Joe
happened-
fan.
That's what happened yesterday.
Oh, I know. Yeah. If you folks watch the Pythona video, one of our favorite parts, actually my favorite part, is maybe halfway through or kind of toward the end, something like that, where he goes and pops something out. It's like one of the oysters or clams or something like that, and it just pops up, and you can see it in the video, and we love that, right, Link? Yeah. Okay, cool. So I got the straps out. It's literally just 2 straps over the seat. Lincoln, look at this machine right here. This is neat. So hold on one second. I got a little tiny visitor here. All right, we're back. Levi was just letting me know we didn't finish our sorry game. Anyways, I did tell him sorry. So I want to show you something real quick here. This is really cool. Look at this chassis. It's solid. It's nice. And then look, you got a little articulation here. It goes up and down, up and down. It's got an actual like I think there's a spring in there. Thank you, Lincoln, for putting the weapons in her holders. So Lincoln went ahead and put the guns and the knife in there. So she's all set for battle. Okay, so look at this. The seat has nice texture on it. I hope you can see that on camera there. But the gun, the burgundy is actually a nice. It's not a bright red. It's kind of a nice subtle. What would you call that? I mean, it looks like it was kind of a brick red at one point, but it's maybe a tiny bit faded, which is good. I like it. The rest of it is clean. I mean, oh look at that. So you guys were seeing that. I didn't see that. It says Cobra there. It's got the Cobra logo. I mean, this is really neat. On the front fender there, it's got the Cobra symbol. This is super cool. I am really happy with this. So now I'm going to pop out the tires. I can already feel the tires. They do have a little soft texture to them. I think I should readjust the camera here. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to try to be better at getting stuff on camera and not just doing it, behind the scenes and then telling you about it when I'm done. These are annoying because if you look in the back, it's got basically 2, well, really 4 straps holding each wheel in there. So then when you get to the back here, look at that. You gotta deal with all this stuff. That's not the funnest thing. So you got 2 options. You can either just try to rip it out. You can try to. I think the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna set this thing upside down. I'm gonna stretch this out as much as I can here to get it away from my finger, and then just cut away from myself. You know. So that okay. Look, it looks like you just need to do about 2 cuts here. So once I do the one cut, the other end of the string just falls out. So there's your wheel right there. Super cool. The rim's blue. The hubcap is black. Tires got a little squish to it, so that's very good. And I will get the rest out now. I'll try to show you on camera what I was doing here. Let me put the camera down here. Maybe you can see it better. I want the viewers to have the full experience. So, like I said, what I do is I kind of pull the back of this strap out. Hopefully this is coming through on camera. Stretch it out, and then you cut away from myself. And then see, look, the other end of the string just comes right out. So I think this is the way to do it. Because when I was doing it from the front, it was going to bend the cardboard. Like if I was just going to grab the wheel and try to, rip it out, it would bend the cardboard. I want to keep the cardboard because it has a nice backdrop. So maybe I can use that as part of the Cobra base. But anyways, let's see the stack of tires here. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, let's do this again. You got to be real careful with this because you don't get much play. You get maybe, somewhere between a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch of play. So you got to be real careful. So get your stretch first. Keep that knife away, and then once you got your stretch, the tire falls down on the ground. All right, then not a problem. Not a problem. We'll just get that right back here. Okay. And the last tire. Last tire coming out. You do like I said. You stretch a string, cut it, and I already know this one's gonna fall in my lap because of how I'm angled here. Yep. Oh, but I caught it. Reflexes. Whoa. Okay. Put that knife away, folks. We want nobody hurt during this filming, so I can maintain my perfect safety record. Well, at least during filming, not during real life. I've definitely sliced my finger up before. All right, so they want you to put the treads so that the V points forward. Okay, so there's a kind of a V pattern in there. See that? So they want the V pattern pointing forward. Let's see. Yep, that makes it look exactly like the picture. And I think all the tires are the same size. Yeah, they're all the same size. So it's not like there's rear tires and forward tires, but just make sure they all look the same. So it's pretty easy. There's a little peg on the back here, and then a receiving port on the axle. Just go ahead and slide that in there. Do a little push, and you'll feel it click. So then the last one, there's only one way for it to go on. Is that supposed to be like that? Okay, it feels a little wiggly in there. I think that's normal. Hope that's how they all were. Oof. Hope I didn't get a broken one or break it myself. I don't think it's broken. If it is, it's an outrage. Okay, so now when you got all four tires on, look at that thing. That's so cool already. Even though it doesn't have all the weapons, it's got the front lasers, but it doesn't have the weapons. But anyways, you can give it a little squish squish. This is awesome. I don't know why I didn't open this sooner. Sometimes you just keep things boxed up, in the garage, and then you go, oh, I'll get to it, or you're so excited that you're almost scared to open it because of I don't know how to explain it, but it's one of those silly things where you got to just do it. Here's the foot locker here. Looks like a briefcase. I mean, they put the standard kind of print on there. It's got the 119. It's got the name of it, Cobra Ferret Scout and Ferret ATV. ATV stands for a television. I'm just kidding. It stands for all-terrain vehicle, in case you were wondering at home. Okay, let's put these away. Okay, all the trash. I like to keep a clean studio here. Yeah. My wife would never believe that. She thinks I'm a slob. All right, cool. So you open the one bag that you get, and there's the gun inside here, or sorry, the side cannon, if you will. You got the front. Oh no, that is tight. So it's the front like grill or ramming bar or whatever you want to call it. It's got a little hook on there, so it looks like it's part of a winch. And I think this guy does come with a winch. It's not a working winch, I don't think. I think it's just kind of a static piece on there. Got the handlebars that come out with a little display. Very nice, very nice. I mean, they do a good job on these things. Here are the missile mounts. I'll show you how to do that in a second here. For these missiles, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to introduce them. I just kind of brushed them by. Now here's the winch. Yeah. So when you put that kind of the bottom brush guard on there, you get that static piece of black. It's all one color. So I mean, maybe at some point I might try to do a little silver paint on the cable. That would look kind of cool, I think. So, oh, and there's one more piece in here. Oh yeah, it's like a little This to me always looks like a Lego piece. It's like this little It's got a peg on the bottom and then a hook on top. So it kind of looks like a giant Lego piece. Not proportioned though. Ooh, cool. The sprinklers are going off. That's cool. Hopefully that comes across in the video. That'd be some neat special effects. Yeah. I don't want the grass to go off though, so I might have to try to expedite this unboxing video. So let us. Yeah, I'm gonna move the cardboard out just in case it does go off. I'll be ready. All right, so you start off by putting the luggage rack thing on there. That's already on. Fortunately, I guess they gave me a head start there. I don't need to install that bad boy. But now we'll put the handlebars on here. Just a little peg, and it goes right into the receiving port there on the front. So it should snap, pop, or something like that. Let me see. Yeah, it's good enough. Yeah, it's in there. It does not actually steer the tires. The tires don't steer. They're just they're on a peg, so they don't have an axle to steer and everything, or steering link or any of that stuff. All right, moving right along here, we put on. It looks like so we assemble this guy like this. Okay, so according to the instructions, you keep this guy here. You have the hook on the bottom, and then looks like you insert the bottom guys, and you see that's why I I was joking at first, but there is part of the instructions that's useful. Okay, there's a part, so that's cool. So that's what the assembled front end looks like. Looks like there's a winch in there. Looks like there's a hook. It's not really, but it looks like one. Then you insert these guys. There are four Perfect. Look at that. That is cool. That's cool. Just goes in nicely. It doesn't pop or anything, but it just, that looks so cool. Look at that nice little brush guard there, or skid plate even. Yeah, I think I will try to touch up the cable with a little silver paint if I can get my hands on some somewhere. Always a reason to go to Lowe's. Here's your side cannon. Now, side cannon goes on with this, what I call the Lego piece. So you put, let's see here, you pop this guy into the little receiving port on the bottom of the gun. Okay. Then the Lego hand is going to go, you turn it so that, you turn it so it's lined up like that, right? And then you snap it right onto the luggage rack. Very cool. I keep calling it a luggage rack. That's what it would be if it was like a car, you know, like a classic Corvette. They had those luggage racks on the back of the Stingrays. Okay, so what else do we have to put on here? The missiles. Okay, so it looks like you put the short edge up here against the vehicle, and then you lock the missiles on. So I'm going to do that right here. So you put the short edge here, and if I'm doing this wrong, I'm going to look like a fool. Let me see if there are different size holes. No, they're the same size hole. And which way does it go? Oh, you want to have like the wires pointing up. Okay, so that's one thing. On the little missile, what do you call it? The missile rack, missile stand. You want to have the kind of the wires pointing up. So there's a flat face here, and then a wiry port. You want the wire, just it's more detail, makes it look better. And I happen to agree. I'm agreeing with myself. That's cool. All right, so let's go ahead and insert this guy here on the left side. Or if this were a ship, you'd call it the port side, right? And then the right side would be the starboard side. Yeah. All right. So those guys are installed. Then you put these rockets on there, and I believe they're symmetric. They're symmetric. Are they? Maybe if somebody has better eyes, they can tell me if I'm missing something here. But I think they're like literally the same front and back. So I think you can just plop them on here. Yeah, which I just did. And we got one more here. So let me show you on camera how to do that. It's very easy. 2 holes, 2 pegs, bada bing, bada boom. Missiles are a little on the flexy side, not terrible. I probably won't even take them off. I mean, they look so cool on the vehicle. Why would I even mess with them? So that is your fully assembled Cobra Ferret. I'll try to give you a nice 3D rotated view here. Got the exhaust ports. Now I do see ports or little holes for blast effects. Oh, and blast effect ports on the cannon and on the front laser. This might be really cool with some blast effects. I'll see if I can find some, put them in there, and put them in my display. So there is your complete set, my friends. I am loving this set. I give it 0 flaws. I mean, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I have no complaints. Lincoln might come out here and say, he would knock off a couple of points for something. Not sure what he would knock off points for, but I would give this a 10 out of 10. No complaints. She stands up just fine. Oh, well, hey, perfect timing. So Lincoln, tell the viewers at home why you would not give it a 10 out of 10. What would make it a 10 out of 10? Like what's missing or what's not right? What would you how would you improve this set?
It would be better if
Sorry, I didn't mean to block you here. Let's see here.
it would be better if there's like another one of these on that side.
Okay, so let's show the folks at home. So Lincoln was
Well, if
pointing
there was
at.
like a seat in the back.
So Lincoln thinks that 2 things could be better. He wants another side cannon, right? He doesn't like that there's a side cannon on one side but not the other. He wants 2 side cannons. He also wants another seat. Lincoln, I will tell you, you can fit 2 guys on here. You can fit 2 figures. So like, Tomax and Zaymont, they can go. See, there are the sprinklers. I'll probably move over here now since we're getting soaked by the
That scares me.
sorry. Lincoln, I should have warned you. I was telling the viewers at home earlier. Hey Lincoln, I was telling the viewers at home earlier that we were going to get blasted because I saw the garden sprinklers going off. Would you hold this for a second, Lincoln? Okay. Actually, let's pause it for a second. All right, we're back. The sprinklers were going off. We had to get out of the way. It was a rush operation, but we did finish up our review. So Lincoln, I gave it a 10 out of 10. What would you give it? So you didn't give it a 10 out of 10, but what would you call it? What would you? An 8 out of 10. So you're taking off a point for the missing gun and a point for the missing seat. Okay, that's fair. So Lincoln gives it an 8 out of 10. I give it a 10 out of 10. I guess if you average that, that's a 9 out of 10.
every single thing in town.
I guess I like them. I'm a big fan of them. I haven't been super disappointed in any figure really. I mean, maybe Falcon because his face looks like melted. Road Pig's face is not perfect either, but otherwise, I mean, my goodness.
House right there looks not.
Let's go ahead and sign off because the folks at home don't want to talk about our house, right? So, thank you for watching this episode of Open That Joe. We will be back soon with another exciting episode, and we'll be opening another Joe or Cobra, who knows. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video and hope you enjoyed Lincoln's very candid reaction there. So we'll see you next time. But for now, the kids would say,
Time to go play.
bye-bye.